You guessed it, time for a Just Ask Dad session. I know it's been a little bit while, guys, but we're going to catch up as fast as we can here. Today we're going to talk about how to protect yourself when leaving a deposit for a vehicle. There are certain situations when a dealer will ask for a deposit to make sure you're serious about the purchase of that vehicle. Some dealers will try to get a deposit solely to keep you in the dealership and to wear you down until you agree to purchase. There are only 3 times you should ever have to give a deposit for a vehicle. The first is if a dealer doesn't have the car in stock, but is willing to swap the vehicle with another dealer. The second is if the dealer has special ordered a car for you from the factory. And the third is to hold a vehicle for a certain amount of time after you've negotiated the price. Although I don't recommend doing a dealer trade, if you do, make certain that the dealership has located the exact vehicle they will be trading. Have them write down the VIN number and the exact specifications of that vehicle. Sometimes dealerships will basically just lie to string you along until they can locate a vehicle for you. Now, this can happen to cars where they're in low supply and high demand. Now, just make sure when you're doing this deposit on a vehicle that you know exactly what vehicle it is that they're going to bring. If you are ordering a car directly from the factory, you will be required to leave a deposit. There's usually no shenanigans involved here. Just make sure you read the fine print and remember that the deposit may not be refundable if you change your mind. Lastly, a dealership may ask for a deposit to hold a vehicle after a purchase and sale agreement has been signed. They want to make sure you're serious about buying the car before they will agree to hold it for you. This only happens if you need time to gather payment for the vehicle or take out a loan. Usually this is legitimate, but make sure you're leaving a fully refundable deposit and not a partial payment. Well, some dealers will have you sign a form with a deposit listed under partial payment. Don't sign that unless you are absolutely certain you will buy the car. You should always leave deposits using a credit card. You can always dispute the charge to your credit card company later, and it just makes getting a refund less of a hassle. That's it for today, folks. We'll be back with another Just Ask Dad session tomorrow. If you got a question, send me a message. Just ask.